The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
Hello everybody, welcome to another smashing episode. We even started, but I'm telling you it is smashing, of What's the Script, the very Scottish movie review podcast with myself, Craig, and my big pal, Chris. How are you, sir?
Yes, stupendous, swell quality.
There's that swell word again. Jesus Christ. I know we're doing this as a request for Bad Movies Rule, who are American, but I've never heard them say swell.
Well, things can't be so swell where they are.
Because they're no Clark Kent and Superman the movie in 1978. Know what I mean?
Gee, mister.
That's the only time I can really remember that, because Clark says it and then Lois goes like, swell. As if you just say that, mate. So there we are. A warm welcome, everybody, to episode 18. I think I said that anyway, of series 4. We are getting towards the back end of another series. But
the tickly bit.
The tickle. Aye. You own digit, but insert or not, that's entirely up to yourself. But we're getting to the tickly bit of another series, and obviously excited about next series because we'll be doing it blind every week. Chris and I have both picked films 1 to 50, and we'll be giving each other a number at the end of each week to see what film we're doing thereafter, and we have no idea what we've put on each other's lists. I mean, I can probably imagine there's maybe 10, 15 doublers we'll probably come across at least, maybe more. But that'll be fun. That'll be fun, mate.
Aye, it's like movie bingo there.
That's exactly what it is. Welcome to Movie Bingo. There's one of the movies called House. Oh dear. I hope no, because as funny as it was, I wouldn't like to review the fucking thing. So, as always, folks, thanks for tuning in. You can find us, as you probably already have, on the social media platforms that are live and streaming over the interweb machine, which has been with us since the early 90s. Oh, I'm saying that. But you can find us on Ori Hings, which Twitter is now X, Facebook is now shite, YouTube, sometimes a little bit good, sometimes a little bit shit. You know what I mean? We've got 25,000 views for American Pie the Wedding and 17 for Mad Max. You know what I mean? It just doesn't compute, mate. Where else can you find us? But if they choose to do so, if they're off the grid, mate, if they're more plugged into the Matrix, is there anywhere else this week you think you could find us?
Well, have you ever put on an old coat that you haven't worn for ages? Like when it's the winter, and you wear that winter coat back when it's cold again, and then you go into the pocket and you find a wee bit of us. That's where you can find us. We are in your Ussy winter jacket pocket.
You know what? Hats off to you there, because I was waiting on you finding us in the pocket, but no, that's just no deep enough. It has to be in the us in the pocket. So salute you for that one, mate. That's a good one. Excellent.
We're getting hard on these.
We'll leave it there this week. But remember, folks, if you've any interesting stories of where you've found What's the Script over this past week or so, please let us know on audio platforms that I've just mentioned. As always, Big shout out to Seismic, Diabolical, Wreckfast, and all the others that we listen to week upon week. Some that we give a mention, some that we don't. Doesn't mean to say we're not listening to you. Just means to say you don't really return the favour and give us a shout out, which we richly deserve. I don't care anymore. But on the horizon, we collab we've invited on Diabolical. So watch this space and we'll give you more information in the coming weeks about that. But it's all booked. It's studios booked. Catering crew have been deployed. Director has signed the contract. Chris and I have sat down with our representatives and had a luncheon. Big business lunch in the epicentre of town with Diabolical representatives, and that's all on the horizon. So I'm looking forward to that, mate.
That should be a laugh there.
Will be a
should
laugh.
Be a laugh.
They're educated and we're just mental. But anyway, speaking of movies, which is what we're all about, and TV and stuff like that as well, have you been watching the last week, mate, you want to tell us about?
Well, I eventually got to see Monkey Man. And it was kind of slow to begin with, but when the action was there, it was on point. So, without spoiling it for everybody and all that, that's... You know what I mean? If you like a revenge film with brutal fight scenes and stuff and that, then it'll be right up your street.
Excellent. Is it best served cold, would you say?
Of course.
As a dish, obviously, people, that's the way we like to look at things. What, anything else, mate?
Well, nah. See, really, apart from that, that's been it. I mean, I've been, how I've been avoiding series, but Jeremy Clarkson's Farm 3 zone. So I'm like that. I'm stepping back and forward, know what I mean? I'm shadow dancing with it.
By the way, one of the most bestest British series things that I've came to telly in a long time. So good, so funny. I've not started series 3 yet. I'm going to finish My Name is Earl before I watch it. I'm not starting this watching two at a time crap anymore. So, but Clarkson's Farm, so good. They talk about it in America and everything.
I know. It's just farming, know what I mean? But but there's a film. I think it's a French film. Somebody sent me. I think it's called Vermins or something, and I think it's like a spider film, but it's creepy. It's creepy looking, so I'll be hunting for that wherever I can find it.
Oh, it's not yet.
I don't know if it's out yet or if it's on some streaming platform. You know what I mean? So I'll need to go hunting for it because I get sent the trailer.
Streaming platform.
One of those. What do you call it? The blue collar man's TV vision there.
Vermins. Oh, check that out. Not.
No. Oh, mate, I fucking hate spiders. I detest the wee cunts, know what I mean? So, anything that's got spiders in it, it's fucking, ugh.
I'm not a lover of the big giant spider. Or the spider that can think. You know what I mean? I don't like that. And that's, as I say, well, I went to pictures this week. I got myself a wee Cineworld card. I went to see the 25th anniversary viewing of The Phantom Menace. It was brilliant, man. So good. I'm not even going to defend it. I don't need to defend it. It's epic, great. Start of a fucking saga and does what it says in the tin. Couple of bits in it, as everybody knows, it maybe just weren't needed, weren't enjoyed, but a visual spectacle and a story, it was great. And on the big screen, everything's better on the big screen, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I also went to see the same day that night. Didn't think I was going to make it, but I went to see Boy Kills World, and it was great, absolutely great, man. If you like totalitarian dystopian future where it's a little bit Hunger Games, a little bit Running Man, a little bit John Wick, and again it's a revenge. It's full of action, but it's like bullet train and all. It's just so good, man. So good. Get to see it this 4 days off, mate. You'll love it. You'll rave about
You
it.
were quite
It's one of-
taken with it, weren't you?
Skarsgård plays a great part. So he does
Aye.
a really great part. And he's fair ripped himself, man. He's in shape.
Aye.
He's fighting choreography and it's full of gore. There's like people getting their faces caved in. Do you know what I mean? Negan style, and bones getting broke, and guns, knives, backflips. Go and see it. Go and see it. It's an 8, a solid 8 for me anyway. Apart from that,
the
mate,
Scars, the Skarsgård family, they don't get enough credit, they boys.
no,
The father and the brothers and all that.
they know what they're doing, don't they? I mean, even him and John Wick is the Frenchman, the baddie.
Yep.
Fucking so good, so intimidating, so oof. He doesn't get monkeys, man. He's just cutting off horns and stuff like that, willy nilly. You know that willy nilly way.
Willy nilly.
But apart from that, I rewatched Evolution because I hadn't seen it in 20 years, and I remember why I've not seen it in 20 years. Just fucking utter shite. You know what I mean? I watched Infinite. Seen that?
Mark Wahlberg.
Yes, that was all right.
Aye.
That was all right.
Aye.
Full action. And my son decided to randomly pick a film off of Disney Plus the other day, and it was The Great Muppet Caper, 1981, by the way. You need to watch this, man. You need to watch it. It is. See the dad of Beethoven? He's
Aye.
in it. And he's acting, man. Oh, Jesus, man. I mean, I was 3 when this was it. No idea it existed. But, aye, say no more.
The Domains enjoy it, but
Aye, thoroughly. So much so, they wanted to watch it again the next night, and I was like, oh, please. I don't want to watch it again.
the trials of fatherhood.
It's because I've got them watching Muppet Babies. I used to love Muppet Babies when I was young, but it's been rebooted, and it's good. You can sit and watch it. I don't care. Come at me. But wee man just goes like, Dad, can we watch a big Kermit film? I was like, of course we can, son. I wish I said no, but there you go.
All I say is, mate, I'm Muppets Christmas Carol and Muppets Treasure Island. They are rooted in my childhood, mate. They're fucking. I'll die on that hill. There you go. I'll say what the Waynes are saying.
Elite level, absolute elite level, and the reason why is because, like Michael Caine, doesn't he just dial it in? You know what I mean? He comes in and he performs, man, sings, gives it his all, and the same can be said with Muppets Treasure Island. With let's forget his name,
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
I always laugh at that. That's when Billy Connolly talks about it, and it's like I'd die in a Muppet movie for Christ's sake.
That's right. The big one. Hello. I can't do that anymore because I'm no well. You know, my face, I'm frozen. I love him. He's a good Anderson boy like myself. So anyway, mate, this week's film that we are reviewing was kind of recommended to us by the Bad Movie Rules podcast. Check them out, guys. They're absolutely smashing. They do exactly what they say in the tin. They review movies that have been slated and banned, and then they decide at the end it whether it is a bad movie that rules, or it's a good movie, or it's just total shite. And they don't swear or nothing on it, but their impressions are off the fucking chart. So they're really, really good. But 2002, mate, Dog Soldiers. When was the first time you seen this?
Probably 2002. As soon as it came right into the VHS shop. Well, it says, I don't know if I said last week, me and my younger brother watched this all the time because it had werewolves and soldiers fighting werewolves. You know what I mean? It just done everything.
There's no There's no fluff about it. I know it's just
Aye.
right in there, right in about it. For the very first scene, which is mental, absolutely mental. But folks, in case you haven't seen it, the quick synopsis of the movie is: during a routine nighttime training mission in the Scottish Highlands, a small squad of British soldiers expect to rendezvous with a special ops unit, instead find a bloody massacre with one sole survivor. The savage attackers of the special ops team return, and the men are rescued by Megan, who's played by Emma Cleasby, a zoologist who identifies what hunts them as werewolves. Without transport or communication, the group is forced to retreat to a farmhouse to wait for the full moon to disappear at dawn. And that's it, basically.
Right, that's it. But it ends up a siege for them, except it's not an attacking army. It's werewolves. I mean, if you're wanting like something dramatic and, you know what I mean, thought-provoking, it's probably not a film for you. But if you're if you're wanting to watch a werewolf film, watch it.
I think most of the dialogue we're going to highlight later will be of the comedic variety instead of like great monologues, the great monologues of cinema. But again, you just said it, mate. That's not what this film is about. This film is just about a simple plot. Go for it, and it's great. I hadn't seen it in a lot of years as well, man.
Oh, like I says, mate, that's like as we usually say, it's a go-to movie for us. This was a go-to movie for me and my younger brother. You know what I mean? Just will we put on Treasure Island or something like that? No, get the werewolves fucking eating the soldiers there.
As soon as my mammy changes this nappy, I'll be in with you. Get in the living room, get all set up.
Aye. You're not getting changed out of their pajamas? No, right, okay then. When we'll watch this.
But obviously, in case you didn't hear it, it's a British film directed by Neil Marshall, and it's set in the Scottish Highlands, as we know. Can you rhyme off the cast for us, please, Christopher? Who's in this movie of note?
Yes, well, we have our man there, Sean Pertwee, who I think is fucking fantastic. Can't get enough of that guy.
Love him.
We've got Kevin McKidd, Liam Cunningham, Emma Cleasby, Thomas Lockyer, Darin Morfitt, and Chris Robson. That's where I stopped with the cast there, because they're the main players, I think.
They're the OGs.
Aye.
Did you say Liam Cunningham? Aye. Sorry, missed that one. And obviously, the biggest. Anybody that knows Liam Cunningham will probably know him for Game of Thrones, and probably know that he has a thick, like Geordie accent, but no in this, and it's so off-putting, man. It is. Listen to him speak.
Plus,
hello there, soldier.
he's fucking heavy. What was that guy's name again? Mulberry. He's heavy Mulberry, isn't he? And James Bond.
Giving it up to Mulberry Hill. That's a wee blast for the past.
Aye. By the way, he's an absolute bastard in this.
Of course he is.
An absolute bastard.
From the get-go.
Aye. I mean, it was a bit of that wee scene was a bit of oh, you dirty bastard. But I think Kevin McKidd gives you the reaction I think most people were saying, yeah, fucking bastard.
Aye. Proper Scottish swearing in this movie, by the way. And geezer swearing an off of Captain Wells, which is Sean Pertwee. Like you just said, mate, I love the guy. Everything he's in. Even he plays Lestat in Elemental series. He's very rarely in it, but when he is in it, steals the episode. He's brilliant.
Aye.
He's a smashing Alfred in Gotham.
Aye. It was a different spin on Alfred, wasn't it? that he was an ex-SAS guy. So, aye, superb, man. But
just takes any shite off of young Master Bruce, didn't know, which is great.
But I swear, if anybody hasn't seen 51st State with Samuel Jackson and Robert Carlyle, see when he's in that, he is fucking brilliant. You see when he's on about with his wee detective,
Aye.
and he goes, "It was a joke. It was a joke. Smile, smile." And the wee guy smiles and he goes, "You fat cunt."
Oh, I need to not seen that in a fucking New York minute either. I need to watch that film, by the way. That's
that's so good, man. Aye.
As movies go, it was adapted for a book, wasn't it? Which I forgot to write down, which is how clever I am. But it came for a book anyway.
Aye.
Which makes things
it took a long time to get made. Apparently, it was first doing the rounds in fucking 1995 or something. So it took a while to get made, and apparently it's because the British films, studios here, didn't really think, "Oh, this isn't going to do anything." So the director actually had to go get funding for America to get it made.
Wow. Well, like you said, way back in 2002, I probably seen it not long after. It was eventually distributed by Pathé, who aren't they shite, you know what I mean? And I think I seen it on Film 4, which is just a haven for finding some amazing films. Channel 4, Film 4, that was one of them. So it done really well. What was the financials for it, mate?
So apparently it cost $2 million to make. Well, that was the budget anyway, and it brought in 3.5 million. But it never had a theatrical release in America or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I wonder if I've got the financials for maybe DVD sales or something like that after it, because I got it made back 5.
Aye. So, aye. Could have been, because like I says, I think this is they consider this a cult film. And with most cult films, they never do well in cinemas.
No.
But once they come out, they're all the rage. So
it's all the rage. Like the 60s, like mini skirts in the 60s.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
listen here, you see? That's all the rage, you see?
Ford Capris in the late 70s, shell suits in the 80s, all the rage.
Why do people say that? All the rage?
I don't know.
I need to Google that. I need to find out the origins of that.
I'm trying to think if I've ever heard it no said in a Scottish accent, but I think it might be one of our endearing phrases. I can't think of something. Oh yeah, it's sold rage, mate. Sold rage. Somebody said at Camden Market. Nah. As David Bowie would just say, fashion. It's simply fashion.
Motorlet. Fashion.
Oh, God bless you, Mr. Bowie. Now, as a visual spectacle to the general public, it received it's currently standing at 6.8 on IMDb and a very credible 79% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is smashing.
It's good going, considering the budget behind the film, and you know what I mean? Because there's films out there that have spent lots and lots of money and they don't get anywhere near that sort of shit. Just one that springs to mind is at Battlefield Earth. Now that is a hot jobby of a film.
Oh, I like that saying. I like that saying.
I mean,
it's
don't I shit on Travolta too much, but it was fucking bad. It was bad.
Steaming hot jobby, freshly dumped in the snow of a film. Steam rising, snow melting, jobby glistening.
Oh dear. But no, I was saying, it's supposed to be the Scottish Highlands. The only parts of Scotland in this is like the helicopter scenes. The rest of it is all filmed in Luxembourg.
Aye, that's right. And I never realised that until the end when it said thanks to Film Luxembourg. I'm like, oh yeah. I thought I never recognised some of the trees, you know, that way. And I just, like you, I just searched up and was like, fucking true enough, Luxembourg. Oh, Scottish Tourist Board wasn't having it at the time.
It was old. It was the taxis, mate. The taxis. They didn't have the money to pay the taxes. Nobody was walking anywhere.
Aye. But the film lasts for what, an hour and 46 minutes, so it's no
Aye.
a horrible slog because there's no really any dead space in it as the film goes, isn't there? No?
It's an action-packed wee horror thing. It's a wee tight-knit package there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I say, it's because I know we see certain films, right? It's like they donate like at least half an hour, 40 minutes of the film to set up the rest of the film. Know what I mean? For the big payoff. But this, it doesn't need it. Know what I mean? It's like, yeah, soldiers, werewolves, fight.
Aye.
Know what I mean?
Even before that, it's the classic couple in a tent. You know what I mean? Camping and try to get let's get it on in the tent when the zip just starts going up. You know what I mean? So
Aye.
they're like,
See,
yeah.
there is. Don't get me wrong. As much as I like this, there is parts of this I think it is a bit ridiculous, right?
Aye.
But see, as far as I'm concerned, you get that with every horror film. There has to be an element of ridiculousness. Know what I mean? It's a horror film. It's ridiculous to begin with.
Aye. That's
Know
it.
what I mean?
And as you said, there
But
is ridiculous bits
I'm just,
dotted about in it.
I'm just trying to imagine the big werewolves just like that with two claws like that.
Aye.
Instead, they just
That's how he's doing it so slow, so he doesn't release the catch.
it's so sensual in it, like oh. But instead of just going, aye, Peter, you come for that side of the tent. Anna, you come for that side and we'll just fucking plough through the middle. Aye. I mean,
Aye.
oh,
we're not tearing it
aye.
to shreds. Aye, so they must have tore the tent to shreds after they killed the two of them, because that's when they say that they found the tent later on in the film. It was all torn to shreds. But there's a bit of daftness in this movie. There's a bit I know where I think it's Spoon is shooting out the window. The werewolf grabs his gun, takes it out, then shoots back at him, and flings the gun back at him.
Aye, the big Joe guy. I walked towards the window with a shotgun and he's shooting, and the next thing it goes, "Keys that you prick."
Aye, but it's so good. I mean, as I say, at that start, the couple getting murdered, that's all under 3 minutes, I think, or something like that. And then very quickly we see Cooper, who's played by Kevin McKidd, and his bit of backstory, and there's no more, and that takes no more than 4 or 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So brilliant, as you say, fast starting. You know where you are. You know what's happening.
That's it. Plus, like we say, it's there's bad shit in these woods. He's a good soldier. Scene. Know what I mean? It's
And he's got a love for the animals, the boy.
aye. Nice. He's a good egg as Big Cooper. Know what I mean? Because what we were talking about earlier on with Liam Cunningham being a bastard, he's on a training program to join the special forces, and he gets caught because they've got a tracker dog, and the Liam Cunningham character Ryan is like, shoot the dog. He's like, I will not shoot that dog for no reason.
My God, I will not. Listen, Private, you don't have the stuff, you don't have the gonads, you don't have the manly balls. Shoot the dog.
Yes.
No, I fucking will not shoot that dog.
You don't have the mustard, boy.
Oi, you don't have the minerals, do ya? I don't know.
Imagine
Just
he spoke like that.
imagine that. Do you like dogs? Aye, I like dags. What's saying him in a dog there?
But the dirty bastard then shoots the dog in front of him. It's not on. It's not on, but as villains go, he is a good villain. He's a bad bastard.
He's a desensitized special ops guy, so he's been trained for such things, you know what I mean? Oh, there's the thing that caught me. I will blow its head off. But your Cooper reacts as every Scottish guy. You said it best, mate. Ah, you fucking bastard.
See, that thing as well, right? Again, look, it's no like the fucking pure Oscar-winning acting, know what I mean? But see, it serves its purpose in this because it seems very real. Know what I mean?
Aye,
with everybody,
exactly.
it's good, man. Fucking.
Aye.
I was thinking that last night. Is anybody like overplaying this? Like,
no, you don't need the bells and whistles, man. You're right. It does seem very real. It does seem very real because they're just out in the woods. What else do you need? I mean, for a long time in the movie, you really don't see the werewolves an awful lot. You get half a second glances or silhouettes of them. Do you know what I mean? Which adds to it. I don't need to see the wolf fucking scene one. You know what I mean?
Aye. Well, that was the whole thing with American Werewolf in London. Know what I mean? You only really seen it at the end. And you're going, oh, that's a big torrid beast. That.
Blue moon, you saw me standing alone. Somebody's auntie's party piece at a fucking hug money bash, I'll tell you. Aye, so and go.
No, I mean, we're talking about the Hangman, the humour in this. Apparently, that's what they did. I watched a wee interview with him last night, and he says he watched 28 Days Later, and he got annoyed by how the way the soldiers were portrayed, is that they became rapey nut jobs. Know what I mean? Whereas he was brought up on stories of like the squaddies camaraderie and all that, and I think it comes across in as superb. Know what I mean?
That's a word, mate. Camaraderie. And British style camaraderie is about just hurling abuse at one another from a place of love. You know what I mean? Because as much as they know he's got my back, need to persona on and shut up, you dickhead and all that kind of stuff. It's just a term of endearment, and the camaraderie, you're right, mate. It's very quickly put on us because when they make camp before the shit really hits the fan and they start talking and all that. It's a great scene, that. We'll get to that. But give me a couple of your favourite bits in the movie, mate.
Oh, knew you're asking. Well, I think it's got to be one of yours, I know, I'd guess, but it's when Cooper is knocking out Sergeant Wells. It is fucking, mate, it's so funny, I know, but it's hot. It's just brilliant. Like, to catch everybody up, Sergeant Wells got attacked, slashed with a werewolf, and his guts are hanging out, right? So they're attempting to try and glue his guts back in. But he's been at a bottle of whiskey, and he's got like, oh, is it my birthday? Is it your birthday? Yes. He's doing the old soapy drunk king. I love you like a brother. I love you like a friend loves a friend. But then the pain's getting too much, and he asks, see the way he tries to start a fight with Cooper with just shoving him. Fucking. But it ends up Cooper like punches him, and it isn't hard enough, know what I mean? So the sergeant gets like, "Oh, fucking hit me, you pussy," and then fucking bang knocks him out, and it's like, oh mate, fucking for a scene that is fucking like it's very traumatic. It's supposed to be traumatic, know what I mean? But the way it's been fucking done, it's just brilliant, man.
Because like you said, to catch everybody up. I mean, his guts are hanging out, right? You're literally hanging out 1 minute. So Cooper's trying to seal him back up with super glue. Do you know what I mean? And they're trying to hold him down, him and this lassie, Megan. And the pattern's brilliant. See, as much as he's having a laugh and a drunk, hey, whoa, he looks down at his belly, sees his guts hanging, and goes, oh, sausages.
It's fucking brilliant, isn't it? It's fucking brilliant. And but by the way, this is so fucking freaky because I'd forgot about this, right? See, all like, the last couple of days in work, I've been talking about how super glue was used to seal people up in Vietnam and all that, and then they say it specifically in this scene, and I was like, ah, fucking hell, man.
Shout out to James at Seismic. Bit of foreshadowing, real life foreshadowing there, man. James isn't American, I'm just saying it like that.
Oh, but
that is quite weird.
Aye. It's so weird.
Chris, you done the landing yet? Well, actually, the soldiers in the Vietnam War used to seal one another's wounds with super glue. Yeah, there's that.
But
a cup of tea. Did you know the capital of Peru is? You're a fucking weirdo, you.
But another one, mate, that always stuck in my head was, it's near the end of the film, but it's see when Spoon starts square going with a werewolf. Again, it's ridiculous but funny at the same time, mate. It's fucking, it's mate. Because he goes the full booner, didn't he? He goes full mental.
It's combinations and everything. It's proper boxing. Stick, move, jab, hook. No.
Aye. Stabs it with a knife. The knife snaps. Then he's throwing dishes at it. Know what I mean? The next thing he's got it on a table, he's stabbing it to bits and all that, and he's fucking blood everywhere. Mate, it was just. I always see when I watched this when I was a wee boy. I watched this and I was like that going. See if that was just another soldier. Spoons would have survived. You know what I mean? He wouldn't have been taken. But super. And it's his screams. See when he obviously gets the pan out and he's whacking fuck out with the pan and it's just
it's so good. Funny. It's an interjection of comedic effect that at quite a stressful time because they've infiltrated the house and they look to be no way out. So it was good. And these wolves, they must have the regeneration powers times 10 a Wolverine. You know what I mean?
Aye. Man. It's brilliant, man. It always just sticks in my head like square going with a fucking, I don't know how big they're supposed to be, 8-foot fucking werewolf. You know what I mean? That serrated claws and teeth. You know what I mean? Plus, it gives you one of the best lines in the film and all. See when obviously Spoons, he gets battered for this thing and it pins him up against the wall. And it's just like, I hope I give you the shits, you fucking wimp.
I'm getting out the high here. I'm getting the last word in. Superb.
But one of
my favourite ones is the as I mentioned just a minute ago is the camping scene before the shit hits the fan. Like you mentioned, it's giving you the camaraderie between the squad. They all know one another. They all haze one another. They're a tight-knit unit. And then Captain Wells, just to kill the fucking mood, tells you the story about Eddie Oswald, who
Aye.
he served with in Iraq, got a tattoo, a devil in his arse, get blew up, and the only bit they funny him was this arse cheek with a devil on it. No, yeah, cheers for that, Kip. You know what I mean? But Spoon at the end diffuses it again with just a random joke, and you
Aye.
see Wells just getting taken out his lethargy again. So that I like that. But then the cow, the dead cow falls out of nowhere. I forgot about that, man. I nearly shit myself. Nearly shit the bed.
Aye, mate, it was I remember that and all watching it the first time. Like, oh, yeah, bastard! It's because he see the Wells' story. It's creepy. Know what I mean? But it pure draws you in. You're like that. That's fucking aye. And then fucking this big dead cow. A wee hairy healing cow.
And did you notice in the way down it had a wee moo? And then lands.
But aye. Aye, but see that, mate, it was quite creepy that way, isn't it? Because it's just that bit where what is it he says? The guy says his soul still belongs to God, but the devil would need to save his skin and the tattoo, and then obviously when the guy gets blew up, he's like, Satan did save his skin, just no oil it. And you're like that. That is fucking creepy, man.
You're a creepy bastard.
That's a bit
there,
heavy, that.
Aye, Captain, you're a creepy bastard. Aye. But another one. The bit they're going for the Land Rover in the garage, and they're doing the decoy, Spoons the decoy. Come on, you bastards! Woohoo! The fucking flare. He's getting chased, and then the other guy, whose name escapes me, I've wrote it down somewhere. Joe. He gets the Land Rover, turns the engine on, the lights going, and the big wolf's just eating Terry. Terry's just still alive, going, ah. The wolf just sees him and goes, bites Terry's head off and flings it at the Land Rover, doesn't he, man?
Aye. It's fucking, it's good that scene, I know, man, because it's like, see, that was a thing that I never like kind of took notice of, I know, until obviously I got older and watched it as well. But it was like a spin on the old werewolf thing, because it's like, see, usually once they become the werewolf, they're mindless. Know what I mean?
Mm.
But these ones were like intelligent and working like soldiers practically.
Aye. Well, they were obviously displaying the real traits of a wolf pack, working as a team, hunting a pack. But like you say, they had human intelligence. They could open doors. They could pull down zips on tents. They could take rifles after people and shoot. And had the wherewithal in that situation to say, I'm going to fucking frighten you. Well, he'd have
Aye.
lobbed.
Yeah, pure intimidation tactics, know what I mean? Shock and awe. It was just, fucking. But poor Terry. But in fact, Terry deserved it because Terry was doing my fucking nothing. Know what I mean?
You know, see, everybody, I put in highlighted in capitals and green letters, why do people keep putting their backs to the windies?
Aye. Mate. Every time. Know what I mean? But I suppose you've got to get a death. So,
You do.
But,
you know it's coming enough. You fucking know it's coming.
Aye.
So you do. But, I mean, for all the action and all the stuff like that, it's all practical effects. This is one of the movies that have there's zero CGI in this.
Yep.
I mean, as I said there, there's very little CGI used in the movie because the people involved in the filming believed the CGI was being overused at the time, which is true, but obviously they didn't have the budget for it either. And it would take viewers out of how the special effects look rather than the story, which we've discussed. It's that real. You can believe it. Thus, the werewolves are animatronics and bodysuits with stilts. So there we go.
Yeah. I mean, I actually think that helps the film. See, watching it again last night, see, had it been early CGI, I reckon I probably turned it off. See the fact it's all practical. I think that's what helps the old horror movies. See, like just it's all just practical effects, and it just you that still works. Know what I mean? Whereas I know I've said it in the past. Let's see, like CGI in the 90s, the early 2000s, and all that. You go, fucking hell, that should be on Cartoon Network. Know what I mean? It's like,
Aye. I mean, there's a reason why Doctor Who frightened me as a child. You know what I mean? Because it was that fucking kind of cheap looking that I thought, oh, that's real, man. Cyber people and all
that really exists.
Aye, cyber people.
Aye. But it does, man. It works, man. It's the practical effects that work because it helps the film and all. Use it that see, I don't know, like a gritty feeling to it. Know what I mean? That it's rough and tumble, but it works. Know what I mean?
Aye, because there's a couple of bits where, like the wolves lose their limbs, didn't they?
Aye. And they've still got a hodding on like that.
Aye, we spoon still get the air with it. She was like, thanks for that. Brilliant.
Aye. Oh, super man. But again, see the pattern in it is the dialogue in it is just superb. Especially see Pertwee. It's like when they find the special forces camp and they've all been set about. And it says something like, should Little Red Riding Hood appear with a bazooka and a bad attitude, I expect you to chin the bitch.
Aye, it's great. His dialogue's absolutely brilliant. There's a lot of reference I know at the very start made to the football that they're missing, and that actually dates the movie, which is quite accurate. And it says the movie probably takes place on the 1st and 2nd of September in 2001, as England did indeed beat Germany 5-1 on the night of the 1st. Those nights were also full moons. So somebody done their fucking research on that, didn't they?
Yeah, right. That was well done. That I like that. So I read that and I went, oh, that's smashing. Because the boy Joe, he's just like, fucking can't believe I'm out here. Could be in the house watching fucking Scotland ahead the football there.
You nearly says Scotland, didn't you?
I know. Oh, but fucking aye. It's again brings back the kind of reality into it.
That's a good
I know
attention to detail.
Aye. Soldiers are soldiers, but they'd rather be doing something else.
Definitely. Of course they would. But that attention to detail is another wee small thing that you wouldn't know unless you read up on it in IBMB. It's when the squad first lands for the helicopter, Sergeant Mills tells Cooper, get a position and a bearing. I want to be on the move in 3 minutes. He gives a command for the squad to move out exactly 3 minutes later. Now, in real time in the film. You know what I mean? Which is clever. Something we would never know about, never notice, but it's clever that he done that.
Aye. It's what it says. It was the director. He didn't like the way soldiers were portrayed in 28 Days Later. He says the film was brilliant, but it was just that aspect of it. So I think it was to like highlight like the British Army's fucking resilience and all this stuff. Know what I mean? Well, if you watch interviews now with different soldiers, like American soldiers and all that, they tell you all this shit. Know what I mean? So like that. Nah, good.
But the thing about 28 Days Later, I know we're not doing that, but that's to exemplify that it just takes a month for people just to lose all sort of order, including the soldiers and all that, and that's why the fucking world's went to fucking shit.
Yeah.
But I get his point, because the British Army does get a raw deal. And I remember running about this time, this is, and still to this day it's happening, this is when funding started getting cut for regiments across up and down the country, you know what I mean? Which is pretty pish.
But see what was this? I couldn't believe this either, right? But it's fucking the part of Cooper, right? Initially wasn't for Kevin McKidd. It was for Jason Statham.
Oh no, I was going to say something. On you go.
Well, that was for Jason Statham, but he decided to do Ghosts of Mars instead.
No, I
Right?
heard it.
I like it. It's like this. It's a nonsense fucking action horror film, but it was alright. Ice Cube's in it, and I I can never remember that woman's name. See her, it was in Species.
Ah, mhm.
Can never remember her name, but she's in it.
Blondie.
Aye,
I like
the
Blondie.
lassie, the woman that played Jackie Brown as well. She's in it, but it's a John Carpenter film, mate. It's probably why I've seen it. But aye,
But aye,
no,
that's
I
not
mean,
even a title I've heard of.
but
Do you know what I mean?
but apart from apart from that as well, Simon Pegg was almost cast in it as well. Know what I mean?
That's what I thought you
So
were going to say.
aye, but I think it was said to don't do a horror film until we do Shaun of the Dead. Save your horror appearance for Shaun of the Dead. So suppose I worked it.
That worked out no too bad, didn't it? For our Simon. Guy's a fucking
Aye.
millionaire. But talking about the practical effects, talking about the wolves and stuff like that, they were obviously animatronics with people on stilts. The people on stilts weren't even actors; they were dancers, weren't they?
Aye.
Because she said the werewolf dancers. Neil Marshall chose to use dancers as the werewolves instead of the typical stuntmen in order to highlight their grace and elegant movements. You don't really see a lot of movement, but he says the set was also designed size-wise to force the creatures to have to bend a bit upon entering, thereby highlighting their substantial height and physiques. And then obviously made the costumes a foot taller. So, nice.
Aye.
Yo.
But see, as far as the werewolf like design goes as well, mate, I thought they were a bit fucking freaky looking. Know what I mean? These big, massive, fucking muscular bodies and all that, but they had like the head of a corgi. Know what I mean?
The kind of head that would alert you to the fact that wee Johnny's fell down the well.
What's that, lassie? What's that?
You're right enough, man. Today. Big. That was terrible.
Aye, good man.
They're great, mate. Did you read up about the nod to the Evil Dead in it?
I don't know, mate. No.
Because one of the soldiers, the first one that dies, remember Bruce, his name is, and he runs
Aye.
into impales himself on the tree before the wolf takes him away. His actual name is Bruce Campbell, and it was a deliberate reference to the Evil Dead in 1981. Obviously, Bruce Campbell portrayed Ash, didn't he? And the film seems to have partially inspired the plot of Dog Soldiers as well, with
Aye.
out in the woods and all that kind of stuff. So
Aye.
that's great.
I think there's a couple of nods to different films in this, but it's because apparently the whole the whole reason the character's called Spoon is because obviously Stephen Spoon gets killed, and the sergeant finds him and where's Spoon, and he goes, there is no spoon. Apparently that was a wee reference to the Matrix film. Know what I mean?
That's right.
So they're littered all the way through there, but aye. But I can definitely see the Evil Dead side of things. Like the whole trapped in the house in the forest and something's coming to get them. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. And the
But
super glue scene as well. That was a nod to a book called The Dresden Files, a book by Jim Butcher. But in that book, a female character is disemboweled and talks about super glue being invented in the Vietnam War in order to stick wounded soldiers back together. But then says she saw it done in a movie about werewolves. So there we go.
there you go. But see, another thing, I think this maybe be the first werewolf film where you don't see the people transition into the werewolves. Know what I mean?
Aye.
Like you kind of get it with Ryan and Megan. Know what I mean? The eyes and the wee bit of teeth, but
Plenty
the
man.
following, aye. Know what I mean? Because there's a bit in it. See when obviously they find the special forces camp, And it's because that was fucking kind of freaky and all that. See when it's starting to get dark and you can see it and you're going, oh shit, something's going down here. And then but you hear this, see this scream, like howl thing and all that away in the distance. It is so fucking freaky. Like,
Aye, because it's mashed up with screams, human screams in it.
aye, it's mental, man. And I'm just wondering if maybe, aye, I'm just wondering if that was them turning into werewolves again.
Aye,
Know what I mean?
aye.
So
I thought that as well.
aye, the
But
transition's there, but you're not seeing it.
aye, I thought that, and I thought it was maybe the last remnants of the special ops team getting dying, and it could be both. That was great,
Aye.
absolutely great. Did you know? I know that some of the shout out to Diabolical who done Event Horizon this week, which is a great podcast, and I fucking hate it. The film, no, the podcast, guys. I love your podcast, obviously. That some of at the end, the corpses in the basement, they were actually created for Event Horizon.
See, when I seen that last night, I was like, no fucking way.
So that's on a par with your super glue thing. That's another freakoid.
Oh, mate. Aye. I was like, I was smashing that. Know what I mean? But
Of course, Sean Pertwee was in both movies. So Event Horizon was 5 years before this. So, so just imagine the conversation the director sent to Sean Pertwee. All right, Sean, how's it going, mate? Do you know of anybody who has or could get us some models of dismembered corpses? You know the type. You know, like dead people with bits missing in it. Well, funny you should mention that, son. I do know a guy. Get a couple of bodies in here quick, smart. How's about that then? Ah, mustard, mate, mustard.
another thing in the film, the character Megan, I didn't see the twist coming.
No,
Know what I mean?
first
I
time
mean,
around,
and
no.
it, aye, aye.
I seen,
No,
I
I mean,
seen it
but it was
last
like,
night. I seen it. I knew it was
aye,
coming last night.
aye, but it was just see the whole like she was out there and she was a zoologist and all this stuff. Know what I mean? It's like a zoologist and you're out here studying werewolves. There's there's a couple of wee clues that gear away that I didn't really know until I started reading up on it or this, right? Because we're in Scotland, right? Now I don't know what Cooper, Kevin McKidd's character. I don't know if he's just daft or he's been seduced with her eyes or something like that, right? But for all right, he's got a broad Scottish accent, he seems Scottish, the whole shebang, right? See when he asks her, where's the next village? She says it's a 4-hour drive away, right? There's nothing in Scotland 4-hour drive away for anything. You can get for the tap to the boatman about 4 hours. You know what I mean? So I think that was like your first kind of clue that she's up to no good. This fucking lassie.
Well, the thing with the army, right? I had this same thought about you, but I had it from his point of view, right? Because he's meant to be Scottish. So how the fuck does he know? But then I remembered a couple of pals that have been in the TAs and the army and stuff like that. Not all the time, but a lot of the time when you get dropped for a training exercise somewhere, you don't know where the fuck you are. So, by all means, he maybe knew he was in Scotland because it relays the story about the people going missing. You know what I mean? The legend. But maybe doesn't know where in Scotland is. So there's that. But I never seen it coming either the first day. I thought it was very well guarded, very well hidden. Right up to the point she does reveal herself. Because just before she changes, you still don't know if the penny still didn't drop that she was a werewolf. I just thought, fuck, she's knew about all this for the beginning. And then she turns out a werewolf. You're like, oh, I can help. She says, do you think I wanted to be part of this mad fucking family. You're like, oh Jesus, ping. Know what I mean?
Aye.
I'd love to know
It was good, that man.
what point she took her breath, because that happened sometime in the film. It's very evident.
Well, I'll tell you right now, mate. I think if there's a high chance of death, you're just going to let everything hang loose.
Maybe say werewolf cheats, rubbing against the nylon she didn't like.
I mean, you come into this world naked, you may as well go out it naked.
Maybe she was carrying puppies, you know what I mean? Maybe a wee bit sensitive. But
Aye.
Up to that point, our dialogue was fucking shite. I wrote down, Megan talks one lot of shite. She was trying to, I don't know if it was just her acting, she was trying to over dramatise things and kind of telling you where you were in the movie and all that. You're like, shut up, Pen. You know what I mean?
Aye.
What? You really think that, Captain? You think he's going to come in there, do you? Yeah?
Aye. The way obviously, the way you watch it, right, it's like, aye, she knows all these things because she is fucking one of them, know what I mean? But I'm just curious as to, like, obviously in a high octane situation like that, you're not going to be sitting going, how do you know that, you mad bastard? Know what I mean? It's just, how do you fucking know?
Aye. She's wanting to hold elaborate conversations around a fucking dinner table, know what I mean? Everybody's just like, oh, what? Really? Do you think so? What makes you think that?
But aye, but I think it was just I think it kind of again feeds into the whole twist thing, doesn't it? That she knew all this stuff because she's one of the wolf pack. Know what I mean?
Aye.
But
through me, I didn't think about it, because then if you really think about it, it begs the question: is why she no turn at the full moon? How can she control when she turns? Kind of. But I don't want to overthink it like that. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was well done. We've done we've said quite a few lines in the movie, but any other ones that stick out, mate?
Oh, aye, it's obviously they're talking about their fears and all this stuff. See the campsite. And they're going, oh, what scares you? Fucking blah, blah, blah. And then it comes to Cooper. And what scares you? And he goes, spiders and women. And spider women. That's that. Wait, you get a load of fucking Madam Web, mate. You're going to fucking shite yourself.
Aye.
Oh.
Listen, we stop swearing. Stop swearing. Madam Web. That's the worst swearing word you can ever say.
And the other one I know comes to the same scene, and it's after the cow falls off that wee cliff, and they're all terrified. And the sergeant goes, he's all right, he's all right. And Swins goes, no, I think I've shit myself.
Aye.
Oh, it's so fucking good, man.
I say, for any, especially between action scenes, the dialogue just fills the empty space, smashing with a bit of humour and a bit of, because I still try to act Billy Big Boys because I'm in the army and all that, I can't show my weakness, blah, blah, blah. Even when Wells gets his belly opened up with the werewolf and he's lying there and his guts are all hanging out and all that, he's like, oh, my guts are out, Coop, my guts are out. We'll put them back in then. They're not going to fucking fit, are they? Yes, they will, man.
Oh, mate, it's fucking, tell you, man, Pertwee, he's brilliant, man. Just, it's just so cutting, man. See what he says that? It's the way he says that and all. They're not going to fucking fail, are they? Of course they are, man. Fucking, I can't do it, Captain. I don't have the parts.
She's heating up there, Captain. But even when they realise that, hold on a minute, we're in their house. This is their house. They realise, you know what I mean? And they're like, Cooper says werewolves spend most of their time in human form, right? And the only people for miles around live here. And then Wee Spoon says, so these things aren't about to give up a fight and go home, are they? And then Cooper says, they are home. And then Wee Sergeant Wells, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I mean, think about it. We bust into their house, eat all the porridge, we sleep in their fucking beds. No wonder they're pissed.
Oh, mate, it's brilliant, man. It's what I say is, mate, the dialogue and the patter in it is so believable, and it's acted so believable. Know what I mean? And because even we've not even touched on, let's see what obviously the werewolves eventually get into the house and see that bit they're coming through the smoke through the down the hall and all that. I was like, oh, here, fucking on the bus.
See when they're at the back of Megan, because she just says that's why I let them in. Like, ah. And she just starts doing and they're rising up. Is that the bit with the smoke and all that?
Aye,
Oh,
mate. But it's, even I know it's like when Cooper and Wells get split up. You know what I mean? And he's in one toilet and he's in the other toilet. And the next thing he's like, where are you, man? He's like, I'm in the carsy. I'm in the carsy.
I always whispered at first, I'm in the carsy. What? I'm in the fucking carsy.
Mate. And again, mate, it's just so fucking real. Like, what the fuck have I got to defend myself with here? And he gets a fucking, like, an aerosol can, know what I mean? And just starts going, and he goes, fuck off.
I've ran out of insults. I've ran out of quippy lines. I'm just going to say, fuck off. See Wells, I know, one of his insults to one of his team at the very start, when they're all around the campfire, they're just getting ready to deploy. He goes, oi, shut it, private parts.
I says to Joe, didn't he? Move your fat ass. Never said a word, Sarge.
Just moaning about the
oh, mate, it's so good, man. But another ridiculous bit for me, right? Obviously, fucking the house gets blown up. Wells fucking sacrifices himself to do these things in, right? And then we've got Werewolf Ryan doing this there, who he's got a big sword sticking through him. But see when he's fighting with Cooper, it was just ridiculous to me. Like going, and then he grabs his head and tries to push the sword through his head and all that, and I'm going,
see that sound? But the sword off the teeth, man.
Aye, but it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? Not, I mean, it's. But
it was just the last jump scare, wasn't it?
Aye, no, I mean, but it just got a bit fucking. There's boxing, know what I mean?
I know, but it's as if I know the director thought, how are we meant to let the people know that this is Ryan?
Aye,
we'll leave the sword in him.
Aye, but it's just that was just the other bit I found a bit ridiculous. That fucking this big werewolf is lamping Cooper about, know what I mean? But again, I kind of forget and all that these werewolves still have like a semblance of their personality, know what I mean? Their intelligence about them. So Ryan maybe wouldn't fucking act like a werewolf yet, know what I mean? Tell him fucking somebody to bits. So
aye, but then it's ended by full circle in the movie, finding the wee silver letter opener that the young couple are exchanging it, and then obviously Ryan wants him to shoot the dog in the head at the very start, and it ends up him shooting him in the head, done it. So
aye, I think he's that line. I think it's over. It is now. Boom. See what catches it catches the Britishness in this so perfectly as well. Obviously the film ends and you get the end credits and all that, and it's like a newspaper and it's like a picture of Cooper. Werewolves ate my squad, right? Now he's got a wee snippet down there, like that, which should be frontline news. Hey, big fucking England 5, Germany 1. You know what I mean? It's like that is so fucking British. It's unbelievable, man.
So very English. is what it is.
No,
What I
but
mean?
even still, it's like, look, see the mad magazines you get out there, like that's Life or some fucking. Because obviously, in our work, somebody leaves them down at the desk and all that, and I just read the headlines there, like fucking doctor stole my perfect vagina. Where is it? And you're like, what? What?
Used to be the Daily Sport, remember that paper?
But
And there's
see,
a page on it without boobs. You know what I mean?
you can imagine Cooper's story in one of the magazines, but like, a werewolf ate my squadron. Huh? Let me read that.
Aye. Oh, if he's not getting back out the loony bin, is he? Fucking nutcase. Aye, as I said, like the Daily Sport, remember the Sunday Sport? When it was on a Sunday, it used to have just a ridiculous front page, like double-decker London bus found on the moon and all that. That's a newspaper. You know what I mean?
Mate, it's like that, mate. I just thought it just caught like the Britishness so well, man. You know what I mean? Like even
Slapstick satire.
even like the news, know what I mean? Like see if you put on the news. Oh, somebody's went round and painted all the park benches white. Meanwhile, there's fucking walls there here, there's walls there here like that. Who painted these benches? Let's go to Sally. Sally!
Aye, or the whole plot to Hot Fuzz. You know what I mean?
Aye.
All these murders and badness is all happening because of a fucking garden competition.
Oh, mate, aye.
Get it?
It just fucking caught it so perfectly, man. Oh,
Aye. And like all British films, there is a bit in it where go and put the kettle on.
aye.
Everything
Everything.
stops for tea, you see.
But favourite characters, mate. Who are they?
It's Wells in it.
Aye.
Sean Pertwee is my favourite in it because he's got the best dialogue, the best patter. He's probably one of the two best actors in the whole movie.
Aye.
He's great. He's absolutely great.
Aye. Aye. It'd be Wells again for me, as well as Spoons. Because I think Spoons is the wee. He's the morale booster in that wee squad, know what I mean? Just funny, man. Plus, he's a wee hard nut. Know what I mean?
Aye,
Not many people can say they fucking square good with a fucking wolf there, know what I mean?
no, nearly had him doing in the first, you know what I mean? So he
Yep.
did. And as you say, his wee line to him, I hope I give you the shits, you fucking pussy. Yes.
Aye, but
So,
mate.
did you see as well? Where am I? Go back to my notes here. Yes. Sequel.
Aye. I think these were supposed to be part of a trilogy.
Fucking waited, Jesus, 22 years. And it's been titled Dog Soldiers Fresh Meat.
Aye. I don't know if it'll have the same effect. No, I mean,
Do you think
again,
Cooper,
look,
I've not read up in the script or a synopsis or anything. I just know the title of when it comes out. I don't even know. But do you think Cooper's maybe had been scratched or bitten?
I don't know,
He's
mate. I
going to
don't.
be the guy called in to save the day because he's been through it all. You know what I mean?
Possibly, but it's just the whole. Because apparently the initial idea was supposed to, because apparently they flaunt it in the film, like if these things exist, what else exists? Know what I mean? So I think it was like they were talking about going down like other like mad creatures of the night sort of thing. So I'm guessing vampires and all this shit. Know what I mean? But
And who do we get in to deal with that?
Van Helsing, you murderer!
That's because he's still out there. And he's hundreds of years old in that movie. And he gets away at the end and he's still fighting a good fight and all that. There's such history, you and I, Gabriel.
Aye, but I don't know if that was the initial idea that we're going to stick with it, but we missed horror things. Know what I mean? See if one does well, they just rip the arse out it to the point it's just so bad. So I don't know, man.
Sometimes less is, well, as we've attested to in this movie, less is fucking so much more. With
Aye.
regards to budget and all that, it all works. Everything works in the movie, and you can imagine a sequel. How much did you spend on that one? 2 million. There's fucking 25.
Aye.
Oh, suddenly the director and the writers' heads are swimming, and we can do this, we can do that, and deviates in it, I suppose.
Yep. Aye. But nah, I'd leave it where it is. But what makes things horror, they will make another one. I mean, fuck's sake, Human Centipedes get free films. Know what I mean?
Oh, I've still not seen the first one.
Nah, same. No, I mean, I just refuse to watch it. It's just fucking madness.
Aye,
But
I'm sure I could find it, but I'm in no hurry to. You know what I mean? Same. It's meant to be the worst film ever made. Is meant to be the Siberian Baby or something.
fuck knows.
I think that's
Or
meant
the
to be worst.
Siberian movie. Aye, that.
Siberian movie.
Aye, that's just fucking deranged. Know what I
Never
mean?
seen
That's
it.
just deranged. So
Seen it? Aye.
no, I've read it, and I could have watched it, but I'm no because I've read what happens in it, what it's about, and it's just fucking somebody's living a fantasy out on film. Know what I mean?
Aye. Well, see these people that write these things, they should be investigated, man, because
Aye,
probably the same bit that I read that stopped me from ever wanting to watch it. You probably the same involving a baby.
aye,
Aye. Leave that there then. So
aye.
that's a good try to
Aye.
But as a film, mate, we're now in 2024. It's 22 years old. What scores on the doors you gain this movie?
I'm giving it a respectable 7.
Aye,
That's
7 out of
aye,
10, did you?
aye. I like it, mate. But it's for what it is. Know what I mean? And I would say it's one of my favourite werewolf films because werewolf films, by and large, only done that well. Know what I mean? It's just, oh, somebody's been attacked. Oh, somebody's been attacked. And then at the end, oh, look at that big fucking Doug. No.
Aye, I know. It's what's the victim's been slashed? Those aren't slash marks. Those are claw marks. All that shit.
Know what I mean?
Aye.
I mean,
But the same, mate,
there's very few. See me what to rhyme them off. You say American Werewolf in London, don't you? Know what I mean?
there
So,
was one maybe 10, 15 years ago, and it got huge publicity before it came out, and it was a Jack Nicholson one.
aye, Wolf or something.
Wolf, right. I remember that being on billboards and bus shelters and everything. And it was out, and it got pulled out of theatres after 2 weeks or something because it was nobody
Aye.
was interested.
Yep. I mean, Howling is also mentioned as a good gin.
The Howling, aye.
Aye. I mean, but there's one I've watched. Is that Howl? It's about one on a train. You've got ginger snaps and all this. Know what I mean?
That's right.
So,
I think we discussed it with Van Helsing. Werewolves, Frankenstein, a fucking hard thing
aye.
to nail. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Much less so
'Cause
than
even-
vampires and Dracula.
Aye. The Wolfman that they done with Benicio del Toro, it wasn't executed well, in my opinion, anyway. Know what I mean? So, but
I've not seen that. Couldn't comment.
nah.
Even though I did
But-
like him.
Aye. But what's your score, mate? We went off on a wee hairy werewolf tangent there.
Aye, we're fucking howling there. Not same, 7 as well. I thought I'd give it an 8, but I looked back here and it's 7, and I'm happy to stick that 7 on IMDb. Does exactly what it says in the tin. I enjoyed it yesterday. If it's on the telly ever again, I'll probably enjoy it again because it's good fun, and I will check out the sequel when it comes out on whatever platform. I'd probably imagine it would come out on Freeview or something, or
Aye.
Film 4 again, unless some nutcase has decided to throw tens of millions at it for a wee change. But aye, 7 out of 10, mate. Highly recommend anybody that's not seen it to watch
Yes.
it.
Aye. It's a wee hour 45 of your life. If you like werewolves and a wee bit of action with a good patter. It ticks every box.
If you like British Predator, and there's more than one Predator, you'll like it.
Aye. Aye.
Another
Well,
funny thing
I
I had
thought
to
it was going to
mention,
be bad. Aye.
aye. One thing I had
But
to mention as well, mate, that I forgot was the wolves. The wolves could tear through the bonnet of a Land Rover and eat the engine, but they couldn't break down a wee farm door. Know what I mean?
aye.
You
But
see the ammo that was fast running out. It seemed to last a lot longer after they only had 48 rounds left.
aye.
Initial. But as attentive to detail as they were and things, maybe that was just staffness, man. But again, you're no wanting to overthink that. I just thought it was funny.
Aye. Aye. They have this purpose, know what I mean? If they're not shooting at something, it's a dull affair. But
All work and no play makes Cooper a very dull boy, huh?
why, this is swell, isn't it?
Oh, just don't make that a thing. Don't make that a thing going forward, mate. Please. Hugely vexes me. Have you got next week's movie?
Yes, it was another request, a long overdue one. So I kind of feel bad that we forgot about it, but it was a vacation that Monsieur Paul from Seismic recommended. So we'll do that. Ed Helms Vacation. So
Aye, that's a good, funny movie. I like that. Aye, so Paul did request that, I think, way back when series 1. But I now think that he requested it on the old Instagram page, which is no longer. So that's how I forgot about it, Paul. So apologies, but we get there in the end eventually. You know what I mean?
good things come to those who wait.
Aye, so when you're watching next week's episode and we do this for you, you can sit in your house with your sunglasses on. I had to say that. Seismic Soccer. I'm looking at Paul sitting with his sunglasses on. I'm like, she got a migraine. What's that about? Unimatrix. Just love having a wee rib at our boys. So I do.
He's a huge Roy Orbison fan.
Or Stevie Wonder, because he's very superstitious. Hey,
Hey!
what you up to the rest of the day, my man?
Well, it'll be walking the dog, and I'm making a conscious effort to attend the cinema. So, I don't know. There's a
Boy
few
Kills
films
World.
out. There's
Boy
Taro
Kills
is
World.
out.
Boy
Boy
Kills World.
Kills World.
But Boy Kills World.
You
go and see Boy
Planet
Kills
of the
World.
Apes.
Boy Kills World's definitely, yeah.
Planet of the Apes will be it. And
the 9th in it. That's right, the 9th. Oof.
and the Fall Guys also there. So there's a bevy of choices.
I may partake in one of the newer movies later myself, to be honest with you. So, like you, I've not seen Fall Guy yet. I've not seen Monkey Man, and maybe by one of the two, I think it'll be Monkey Man or Fall Guy. Because I've seen. Did I tell you about See Boy Kills World? I see that. I think you'll enjoy that. It's a good film. I just want you to talk to me about it because I don't know anybody else that's seen it, and it wasn't one that I would have picked, but I was fucking shut up, Craig. Okay, you're taking your cat to go and have its reproductive organs taken away, aren't you?
That's it. Apparently, when it meows, when it's wanting its hole, is annoying people. So
And have you ever heard cats having sex or not? It's just as annoying.
Aye, it's a hard wank, that.
I said I wanted some out there pussy. That's not what I meant. No. Some freaky pussy ass for. What's this pish? Reruns of Tom and Jerry with sound effects on it.
Oh, fucking hell, man. But,
Oh,
aye, so that's the plans. Vets, cinemas, and there's, Champions League football and all. So there's
pish.
many activities.
Aye, football's no fucking worrying, let me tell you. Not that perverse level of fucking greed. I know my team's not at that level. That's why I'm not fucking interested in it, you know what I mean? But don't be wrong, Jude Bellingham's just something else. It really is.
Aye.
But folks, as we said, get on to Seismic Soccer this week. Gary Mellisson, Diabolical done Event Horizon, and Wreckfast are waiting on their latest one dropping. They done one about 3 weeks ago, so I think they're 1 a month now, which is fine and dandy. But listen, thanks very much everybody for tuning in, for listening, for watching. Oh, excuse me, for maybe doing both. If you could do us a very big favour and please consider sending this episode to someone else who might like it, or annoy somebody with this episode that might not like it. As always, word of mouth is how we grow, and your support means the absolute planet Earth to us both. Feel it in the fields, you see.
Aye. Cheers for listening and telling your friends, your folks, your people, and spreading the word. It's very much appreciated. You might not think it is, but it is.
And a last shout out to Bad Movies Rule. Hope you enjoyed it. And we look forward to hearing your Highlander 2, The Quickening, whenever that may arise. But keep fighting a good fight, boys. You're doing absolutely smashing. And I love listening to you. Just as much as everybody loves listening to us, you know.
Well, thanks again, everybody, and cheery bye.
Cheery bye. The views and opinions of this podcast are solely our own, with no direct intention to offend or upset.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant.